Yo, 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 my fallopian tubers. This is Cesario from the Vario coming back at you with another video for your butt. Actually, it's Peter B. And just coming back at you with another Tobacco Card Tuesday. And this is a special Tobacco Card Tuesday because I'm also combining it with a very late VR for Pepino Man. Caesar, congratulations at 3,000 subscribers. I can't believe ever hitting that number. That's very well done. You have a great, funny channel. Now, Pepino Man wanted us to show our favorite card or whatever from each decade. And I'm going to show you from the 1860s all the way up to the 2020s. Now, a little windy here today. I got the chimes going off right next to me. You're going to hear those. And I got to come over there and turn the camera around, and I'm going to be a hand model from this point on. So, hold on. Okay. First thing I got is a Hopper's Weekly. I'll try to get it out of the sun. Whoa! Sorry about that. You're gonna go flying a couple times. This is from Saturday, November 25th, 1865. Now, we're talking right after the Civil War. This came out. 1860s. Now let me move my wind supports and show you why I like this. There is a baseball page. Right here. And this is the 1865 Champion 9 of the Atlantic Baseball Club of Brooklyn. Now, these are the pioneers of baseball, 1865. They played a championship game against the Athletics of Philadelphia and beat them. And they were considered the first champions, not World Series champions, but champions. There's Galvin, Pierce, and I hope these are in focus because it's so much glare off the camera I can't see it. My phone. Crane, Smith, Norton, Start. Now I'm going to do a video later about Start. Like I said, it's from 1865. Start played all the way up into the 1890s, very long time. And he was on the champion, World Series champion, 1884 Providence Rays. Put one of these here, that one here. I do want to do a video about him in the future. And we got Chapman, Pratt, and Smith. So hold on, I'm gonna put you down and put away this paper before it gets blown apart. Back in the tube. All right, like I said, sorry you're gonna get moved around a little bit. Try not to make it too bad. Okay, 1860. That Hoppers Valley newspaper from 1865. I'm going to go to the 1870s. I'm going to go over to England. And this is a Huntley and Palmer's biscuit card. And like I said, I want to apologize once more, and it's going to cover me for the whole video. I cannot see on the back of my phone because of the glare, so I hope it's good for you. There's a gold border. Depicts people playing baseball. The catcher does have a mask and does have gloves that look like winter gloves. And the fielders have no gloves, which is the way they played in the 1870s. I believe this is from the late 1870s. I know Doug at DK Cardboard just did a video about this card. He believes it's the first English card depicting American baseball. It's a trade card, and there's the back. So we did the 1860s and the 1870s. Let's go to the 1880s. I'm gonna go to Old Judge. And this is an Old Hoss Radburn Old Judge tobacco card. And like I said, I hope it's going into focus. This shows him tagging out a runner sliding. Depicts him on Boston, because by the 1880s he was on Boston. In the late 1880s. In 1864 he was also on that first World Series championship team, the Providence Grays. And the back of the card, blank as all of them are. So the 1880s, here is the 1888 N172 Old Judge card of Hall of Famer Old Hoss Radburn. 1890s, gonna go to Mayo Tobacco. So it was a cut plug tobacco, meaning they weren't cigarettes, it was loose tobacco leaves. And I believe these were sold in actual tins of tobacco, not packs like the other tobacco cards are. And like I said, this is the Mayo Tobacco, and the player is Hall of Famer Hugh Duffy of Boston. These are black backed. So that's my card from the 1890s. Let's go to the 20th century. The 1900s. And we're gonna go to 1909. And we got two T06 Ty Cobbs. Once again, 1909. These have the polar bear and Piedmont back. The beautiful red portrait and the bat on shoulder. And I also got the bat off shoulder and the green portrait. These are my two favorite. I love the green portrait over the red portrait. It's also a little bit rarer, and I just love the background on this Cobb bat off shoulder, the sunset. So the 1910s, or 1900s, sorry, 1900s from 1909. T206 for Ty Cobbs. Now the 1910s and teens. Now let's do another Ty Cobb. And this is a from 1913 T3 Turkey Red. And I hope you're getting the beautiful colors on this card. It does have an upper and lower pinhole, so Mookie Chilson would approve of this card. And beautiful colors. Once again, the sunset, the stadium and the fence, the green grass and the batting circle, and there's Cobb. It has the checklist back. So from 1913, T3 Turkey Red. Let's go to the 1920s. 1921 exhibit card of Walter Johnson. And I love this pose. I saw this card a few years ago. I never saw this pose before, and I just love it. Warming up before a game. The leg kick, rearing back, the ball in his right hand, glove in the left hand. You got the dugout and the stadium in the background. Let's have a slight scrapbooking, Matt. Who cares? This is the part I care about. So from the 1920s, 1921 exhibit of Walter Johnson. Let's go to the 1930s. And who was king of baseball in the 1930s? Well, that would be Babe Ruth. And this is a 1933 Gaudi, the full portrait shot of him swinging. And the back. So 1933 Gaudi Babe Ruth. Let's go to the last pre-war 1940s. We got a 1941 play ball of Ted Williams. Beautiful colors on this card. I hope it's coming through to you. So 1941 play ball. And that's the back. And that will take up to the 50s and into the vintage area. Now, a lot of you are collectors of the 50s, and there are a lot of nice cards and great players of the 50s. But I'm probably going to surprise you with my choice. It's what some people could say an oddball card. And it's the 1952 Mother's Cookies Chuck Connors card. Nice bright background. It shows Chuck Connors, a member of the Los Angeles Angels. Now, Chuck did play basketball for the Boston Celtics briefly, and he did play baseball for the Chicago Cubs briefly. He was traded to the Dodgers system, and they put him in the minor leagues, the Los Angeles Angels, and this is from that era, 1952. He did get called up for a couple of cups of coffee, but while he was playing for the LA Angels, he got into acting, and you know him as the Rifleman. Kevin Connors, or Chuck Connors, first baseman. He had starred in his own TV show, black and white show, in the 60s, or maybe late 50s. The Rifleman, Chuck Connors. Okay, 1960. I'm going to take you back to 1969. And I just started collecting baseball cards. First year I have cards. And I had this big bag of cards. It was a brown supermarket bag. It had cards filled up halfway. Not nicely stacked, just thrown in there and top of each other every which way, half a bag full. And me and my friends used to play pitch. We'd pitch them against the wall. We'd either see which card got closest to the wall or if we could knock down cards leaning on the wall. And so all my cards look like this. My favorite player, Rico Picticelli of the Boston Red Sox. And so I took this one out of the bag and kept it separated. Well, a couple years passed. My mother's cleaning out stuff and she finds my shopping bag of crappy looking cards, and so she throws them away. But luckily, I had Rico safely pulled out. And so this is my very first card, 1969 Topps, Rico Pecticelli. So I have since gotten a 9 PSA 9 card, but if I had to give one up, I'd give up the 9 and keep this one. My very first baseball card. I'm sorry, little movement there. So 1969 Rico Pecticelli. Let's go to the 70s. Now, living in New England, my favorite team was the Red Sox, but my favorite player was George Brett. So this is the 1975 rookie. I do have one in a PSA 9. It's in a curio cabinet in my spare room towards the back, and I didn't feel like moving things to get it. So I pulled this out of my George Brett binder. But the key is it's the George Brett rookie card, 1975. The 80s. Now we're going to hit the last year of what I consider vintage, 1980. And I'm going to show you another George Brett. This is the 1980 Topps George Brett. I really like the look of the 80s, the little pennant with the position and the big pennant with the team name. And if he's an all-star, would have that all-star banner underneath the name on top. Blue background. So 1980 George Brett. Into the 90s. I actually went to see George Brett get inducted in Cooperstown. It was July 25th, 1999. It was a very, very hot day with no wind. And I'm sitting in the field waiting for hours for it to begin. But my favorite player, George Brett, as well as Robin Yount, Nolan Ryan, and Orlando Cepeda got inducted. And this is a stamped envelope, July 25th, 1999, of the George Brett induction. So it's my favorite item from the 90s. Let's go to the 21st century. The 2000s. 2001 Topps traded the Ichiro rookie and Pujols rookie card. I mean, what a card. Both of them in their rookie years. Both of them got the Topps Rookie of the Year. And both of them are going into Hall of Fame. I believe Ichiro's going next year. And Pujols in 4 years. So from 2001, Topps hit a home run with this card. Ichiro and Pujols rookie card. Okay, the 2000 teams from 2017, Mookie Betts Topps. I do have the Mookie Betts rookie card, but I like this picture better. So that's why I'm showing this. The Mookie Betts Topps card, chrome. And then finally, the 2020's. Another George Brett. And this is from Scott at Reindeer Studio. Recently I commissioned him to do a George Brett doodle. And so I got the doodle, but you can also buy cards from that doodle. So I got cards number 1 because it's the first, and number 5 because it's his number. So here is number 1. And if you scan that barcode, it will take you right to the video of Scott creating the doodle. So Scott, thank you very much. As you see, I'm enjoying your cards, and this is my favorite card from the 2020s. So that's it, everybody. Sorry, I'm gonna move you around again. Pepino Man, congratulations. And I hope everyone's still with me and enjoyed this special Tobacco Guard Tuesday. Also a VR tribute to Pepino Man. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.